Hello everyone. I wanted to go over the week 3 assignment with you tonight. So you will complete the following information about the organization and products or services that you're going to focus on as you develop a complete marketing plan throughout this course. You may need to do research. You will need to do research to get answers to the questions for the assignment. The subject of the assignment should be the organization and the products or the services that you identified for the marketing plan in the Part 1 assignment, which was completed in week 2. And so you'll be completing the second part of your marketing template for this assignment, your marketing plan template. You're going to start with a research question. You'll describe an important question that you need to answer or a problem that you're trying to solve in order to help the organization meet its goals and its objectives. So, this is going to take a little bit of research and critical thinking on your part, but you should learn a lot about the organization as you, study it, and hopefully this is something that you're interested in, and so you'll be able to come up with a problem that you want to try to solve to help the organization meet its goals and its objectives. The next section is information needed, so you'll describe the information your organization needs to make effective decisions about how to answer this question or solve this problem. And then you'll give some research recommendations. So what do you recommend in order to provide the information you need? What research methods would you use to get the information that you need? Will it involve secondary data or research, primary research such as interviews or focus groups and surveys? And then why do you recommend this research approach? And you'll provide a customer decision-making profile. So, when you think about the research and you think about the problem that you want to solve, how are you going to get the information that you need in order to solve that problem? Maybe you need to go out and talk to customers. Maybe you need to do some focus groups. So try to come up with some sort of plan. Secondary data would involve just researching other research articles, or perhaps sometimes we look at consumer reports. Sometimes there's government data that we can look at that give us information about consumer behavior, and that would all be secondary data. So just try to make some recommendation on how you would gather the information you would need in order to solve the research problem that you have identified. Okay, and then next you're going to identify the customer and the problem. Describe a primary decision maker in your target segment. Who is the customer? What are they like? How do they make buying decisions? And then describe the primary problem your organization or product or service will help the customer solve. Then you'll give a brief profile of your target segment. Use at least 3 of the following categories. So either geographic, personal and demographic, social and psychological, situational characteristics, and then B2B or organizational buying considerations. So pick 3, at least 3 from this category. You could do all if you like, but at least 3. So, where's your customer located? What region of the world? What's the population size? What's the climate, if that's important information for the product and the organization? Personal and demographic, how old are they? Is a typical customer male or female? What size family might they come from? What is their family life stage, their income, their personality? And, just look through each of these and see what you can answer about your target customer and which ones you think are most applicable to the marketing plan. And then next, you'll move on to reaching the customer. So based on the profile of the customer, You want to identify 2 to 3 marketing strategies or tactics that you believe would be effective at reaching this target segment, and briefly explain why they are a good fit. And then talk about positioning and differentiation. So explain what you want to be known for in the market and how you're different from the competitors. Okay, next you want to talk about competitive advantages. So talk about the competitive advantage of the product or the service or the organization that you're focusing on, and the things that make it different from its competitors in positive ways. Then talk about the market niche and the positioning strategy. Describe the market niche you want to fill, along with the positioning strategy that you recommend using. And then talk about why you think this is the right approach. And then you're going to create a positioning statement. You're going to develop a positioning statement using this formula: to the target audience, and then the product, service, or organization's name, is the only category or frame of reference that points of differentiation and the benefits delivered because, and the reasons why you believe this positioning statement. And so then you'll list out repositioning considerations. And so you'll answer the question, do you recommend a repositioning that improves on what the organization has been using up to this point, and explain why or why not. And again, these are all things that are going to take some critical thinking on your part and some research as well. And then you'll move into the branding section. This is the final section. So what is the brand that you're trying to build? And what do people think about this brand today, and how do they experience it? So kind of what, is the reputation of the brand today? And then what is the promise for this brand? If one hasn't been defined yet, you want to create one. If you believe that the brand promise needs improvement, you're going to suggest how you would refine it. And then why is your recommended brand promise a good fit? And then describe your brand voice and personality. And you're going to use the template, the brand is and the brand is never. And then last is the brand positioning and strategy. You're going to make a recommendation about the brand positioning or the brand strategy to help build the brand and to contribute to align it with what your target segment wants. And then how is this going to contribute to the success of your product, your service, or your organization? So, a lot of this is your critical thought, your opinion. You can't get a lot of this wrong. You just have to answer the questions, okay? And it just takes a little time to fill it all out and do the research and really think about things like, what is the promise for this brand? And if one hasn't been defined yet, you're going to have to create one. But it's your thought and your idea, and so you can't really get it wrong. You just have to answer the question in your own words and your own thoughts. Okay, so if you have any questions about the assignment, don't hesitate to email me and I'll answer you as quickly as possible. Have a great week, and I'll see you in the discussion.